A stop here is absolutely necessary. Elton Brand gets fouled, and our season will lie in the hands of Elton Brand. If he makes one of these free throws, the game could be over. He misses the first, and Larry Sanders is taunting him. Elton Brand is at the line. Here's the second, and he misses that one too. We get the ball. 30 seconds left, and we need a three-pointer. The Heat are basically playing us uptight the entire way, and we're going to put it in the hands of Brandon Knight. Here comes a pick by Larry Sanders. He's going to get him to go on the pick. Wide open for three. And he knocks it down to tie the game at 107. Now LeBron has the ball. With 15 seconds left, the Heat still have a chance to win this game. He's going to go on an ISO. He's going to drive it. Make him pass it out to Elton Brand. He's open on the wing, and he misses that shot again. Elton Brand is choking. 3 seconds left. Out to Goran Dragic for three, and we will be going into overtime after a missed shot by Goran Dragic. Dwayne Wade was open, but he did not want to take that shot. LeBron's going to take the shot with Jabari in his face, and he misses it. JaVale McGee gets the rebound. He passes it to Vince Carter, and we just need to last 3 more seconds. Goran Dragic will dribble out the clock, and the Milwaukee Bucks have upset the 3-time champions, the Miami Heat. I cannot believe we won this game. The intro explained it all. Last year in the Eastern Conference Semifinals, we faced the Miami Heat, and we beat them in 7 games barely, thanks to a shot by Brandon Knight. This year we faced the Miami Heat again, this time in the Eastern Conference Finals, with the ticket to the NBA Finals on the line. So I'm going to simulate the first 3 games of this series. We're going to need to pull out a couple wins here if we want to have a chance to win the series. So I simulate the first 3, and we go 1-2, and on top of falling behind in the series, Darren Williams also got hurt with the bruised hip, and he will be out 1 to 2 weeks, but I told him to play through it. He is the best point guard we have on this team, and we cannot afford to lose him at such a key time. Then I simulate game 4, and we lose that one as well. We are behind 1-3 in this series, and I wasn't even thinking. I simulated game 5, and luckily we pulled out with the win, so we are behind in this series 3-2. We will be playing game 6. I will see you guys down at the court. We will be playing in Milwaukee for this Game 6 matchup up against the Miami Heat, and you guys can already tell that the Heat have made so many improvements from the last time we've seen them in the playoffs. You guys may have noticed in the intro to this video that one of the biggest reasons why the Heat lost to us in Game 7 last year was because of Elton Brand. First off, he missed 2 free throws that would have given them the win, and then he missed a wide open shot on the left side that would have also allowed the Heat to win that game. So it is not an understatement to say that the Heat were definitely struggling at the power forward position with Elton Brand, so they went out and got a new power forward. They went out and got Dirk Nowitzki. So their new starting 5 is Mario Chalmers at the 1, Dwayne Wade at the 2, LeBron at the 3, Dirk at the 4, and they normally have Andrew Bynum at the 5. He was actually hurt in this game, so they have Greg Oden starting. But let me just break down that roster just a little bit for you guys, just so you can see how dominant they really are. On that roster alone, the starting 5 has 3 upcoming Hall of Famers. Dwayne Wade is really the only guy that you could debate against him not being a Hall of Famer. And then they also have 2 number 1 picks, being Greg Oden and LeBron James. And I know Greg Oden isn't the best player in real life, but he is so dominant in this game mode, and I have no idea why. Tom Thibodeau, the new head coach for the Miami Heat, must have been training him well, because his rating is already in the upper 70s 70s, and he's getting pretty close to an 80 overall rating. And the Heat did not just make changes in their starting lineup, they also improved their bench as well. Two of their biggest improvements were Shane Battier, who used to be on the Milwaukee Bucks. I think we let him go during free agency, and for the longest time during the regular season, he was a free agent. He had nowhere to go, and then somehow he ended up on the Miami Heat, and he was knocking down three-pointers left and right in this game. They also got Chris Kaman as their backup center to come off the bench, and I remember last year when we played this team in the playoffs, I could take advantage of the mismatches down low, but I could just not do that this game because they made so many improvements. So hopefully we will still be able to come out with the win. We need 2 wins in a row. We were able to do it last season. Who says that we can't do it this season as well? Heading into the gameplay of this video, we are down by 3 points, and LeBron James is missing that three-pointer. We're passing it up to Giannis on the break, who's going to dribble by Dwayne Wade, get into the paint, and get that layup at the hoop. And the lead at the beginning of this game kept switching from team to team. I think in the first half there was like 12 lead changes. It just kept going from one team to the other, where one team would make all their shots while the other team was cold, and then they would just switch roles at one point. And the one player that was absolutely killing us this game was Dwayne Wade. He ended the game with I think over 40 points, and Dwayne Wade was bringing out all of the cheap NBA 2k strategies. He was making floaters, he was doing spin moves, and he was also catching so many lobs. Now he's driving in, passing it out to Mario Chalmers, and Chalmers falls down on the play. You can tell he's on the floor. He's definitely in pain. He is holding his right leg, but that is not stopping us from scoring. We're making a 3 at the other end to take the lead with Jimmer Fredette, and Tom Thibodeau is mad after that dirty play by us. Mario Chalmers will need assistance to get off the court, and I think his injury will be diagnosed as a severe ankle sprain, and he will miss the rest of the NBA playoffs, assuming that the Heat can win this game. But Larry Sanders refuses to let his team lose. He's getting a block at one end. We're passing it to Giannis on the other, and he's dunking it at the other end to give us a 3-point lead. We are starting to open up this game, and we have expanded our lead to 6 points, but the Heat come right back with their cheap floaters, and there is nothing we can do to really stop that. We are approaching the end of the first half. They're giving it to Dirk Nowitzki, and Vince Carter's playing good defense, but Paul Gasol cannot box out Greg Oden. So the Heat go on a little run. They've narrowed down our lead to 3 points. Shane Battier is missing that wide open layup, and we're passing it out to Vince Carter on the left side, and despite his age, he is still able to make wide open shots. I don't care how old he is, you cannot leave him that wide open. Heading into the second half of this game, we have a 3-point lead on the Heat. The leading scorer for both teams is Darren Williams. He is 15 points even with his bruised hip. Starting off the third quarter, Brandon Knight is playing great defense on one end, then he's driving down court, passing it to Larry Sanders, who's getting a layup on the other. A great way to start off the second half. But with the game tied, we cannot afford cheap plays like this. Brandon Knight had an A- quality release. The ball did not go in the hoop for some reason, and now I'm just jumping at Dwayne Wade. I am trying to stop him, but he gets by literally our entire defense, makes us all look stupid on that play, and he scores at the hoop. LeBron is showing off there with that little behind the back pass. He's giving it to Gary Harris, who we actually passed up on in the draft. He was actually the 6th man of the year. He got that little fadeaway jumper to go, and now we're giving the ball to Paul Gasol, who's being played on by Caron Butler. That is such a huge mismatch for him, and he's just going to size him up down low and get that hook shot. With 5 minutes left in the third quarter, it's still really anybody's game. They're trying to get an alley-oop pass to Dwayne Wade, and I was finally able to block one. I'm passing it out to Darren Williams on the other end. He's making that jumper, but he was barely over the line. Here I make a stupid play. I try stealing the ball from Dirk Nowitzki. I ended up giving LeBron a wide open path to the hoop. He took advantage of that, drove in, and embarrassed us with that dunk. Now down by 3, I'm running a little bit of a pick and pop with Jimmer Fredette, and he barely goes over the line. If he just took a step back, we would have tied up the game. And now Vince Carter has the ball. He's going to drive in to the right side and go back to those old Vince Carter days when he was with the Toronto Raptors, bringing out a little bit of flair with that dunk. Now Dwayne Wade finally gets blocked when he attempts one of his floaters. Greg Oden misses the putback, and we're going to run on the break. Vince Carter's running to the left side. He gets picked up by Dirk Nowitzki. The two oldest players on the court are going at it, and Vince Carter wins that matchup. Starting off the fourth quarter, we are down by 2 points. Tyrod Taylor has the ball, and there is another cheap lob to Dwayne Wade. I am so sick of that animation, and I cannot wait until they get rid of it. It's a 1-point game, and I'm getting a little bit nervous. If you guys remember last year, Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Semifinals, we actually blew the Heat out in Game 6, and we beat them by like 20 or 30 points. And just seeing how close Game 6 is, I'm getting worried that we may not even be able to force a Game 7. But I believe in the Milwaukee Bucks. Last year, we were down by 5 with under a minute left, and we were able to come back and win that game. Who says we can't win this one as well? I know that after losing in the championship last last year, this team is destined to win the championship this year. So Darren Williams has the ball. He's passing it out to Jabari Parker for the long two, and that makes it just a 4-point game. It's time to get the wheels rolling and get back into this game. LeBron is making a bad pass. Brandon Knight gets the steal, and the Heat are starting to choke. And look at Darren Williams at the other end with the king LeBron James in his face. He knocks down a 3-pointer to make it a 2-point game. The Heat get a little bit of ball movement on this possession. Tyrod Taylor's driving in, out to Nowitzki, back out to Dwayne Wade on the far right side, and he knocks down a 3-pointer right back at us. It's now a 5-point game. Tyrod Taylor has the ball, and pressure is starting to settle in Milwaukee. Dwayne Wade is driving in and posterizing 2 defenders at the same time. If we want to win this game, the one guy we need to stop is Dwayne Wade. So we're giving the ball to Jabari Parker on the left side, who's going to body up LeBron and get that basket in the paint. And Jabari Parker had such an amazing season. He was even a candidate for the MVP, but he played so bad in this game. At one point, I think he was like 2 for 9 shooting. He could not make any wide open outside shots, but luckily a whole bunch of other players were able to step up and make up for his poor performance. So Jimmer Fredette is sending a screen for Brandon Knight. I try passing it out to Parker, and LeBron James gets the steal. A great athletic play by him, but now we are down by 2 points and the pressure is on us to score. Dwayne Wade is playing tight defense. I pass it out to Paul Gasol, and Dirk Nowitzki makes the risky decision to try to steal the ball. There's a minute and 30 left. LeBron has the ball. We need to keep the ball out of Dwayne Wade's hands, but even when Dwayne Wade does not touch the ball, there are other scoring options on this team. They now have a 2-point lead, and LeBron gets blocked in the paint. Tyrod Taylor gets the rebound. He misses that as well, and this is our chance to tie up the game at 117. Darren Williams has the ball. He's driving to the right side. Open layup, and he blows it. He misses the wide open layup, and the Heat have the ball. A score here could put us away. Dwayne Wade has the ball, and this is not the guy that we want to see with it right now. He's passing it to LeBron in the paint, and I make a bad decision by Larry Sanders. They end up scoring. They have a 4-point lead, so we need a score here. We're giving it to Brandon Knight, just like last year, except this time he misses the open shot. Paul Gasol will foul them. It will turn into a foul game, and we will lose to the Miami Heat in 6 games in the Eastern Conference Finals. I cannot believe we lost this game. After all of the trades and free agent pickups, it just was not enough. This roster was the best roster we have had in the entire series. This has been the peak of the Milwaukee Bucks, and even with the best roster yet, we were not able to win a championship. We weren't even able to make it to the NBA Finals, and I was so disappointed after this game. Here are your final game stats. The leading scorer for the Heat was Dwayne Wade with 42 points, and the Oklahoma City Thunder have won the championship. After 24 episodes of working with the Milwaukee Bucks, it was not enough. We could not get by the Heat. We could not win a championship. Congratulations to the OKC Thunder. If we didn't win, I'm at least happy that the Heat did not win the championship this year, but I was so disappointed that we lost. I thought we had the perfect roster. We swept the number 3 seed, and we won in 6 games up against the number 7 seed. I was feeling like we were on a roll. I cannot even tell you the last time we lost the game in this entire series. It was before the playoffs. The last time we lost may have been in season 2. Luckily, this is not the final episode of this series. There is one left, and it will be the Where Are They Now. I'm going to simulate the next 3 seasons. I'll make moves in the offseason that you guys will see, but we can see that if I were to continue this series, would the Bucks win the championship? Next episode, I will also tell you guys which team I will be playing as in my Madden 15 series, so you guys should go vote for that right now. Anyways, I hope you guys had a fun time watching this series. There is only 1 episode left. Be sure to have a great day. God bless you guys.